Okay, we're back now, and we've turned the page to 43. We're going to work through 3 through 5, which have a bunch of little questions associated with them. So we'll walk through number 3 first. And forget that portion where I kind of blocked it all out. We're not going to use that tool that it talks about. We actually don't really need it because we can just use the map and use some logic that we already understand. So what it's asking us is we're going to look at the map and then we're going to determine the time of day. Instead of saying hours, we're actually going to determine the time of day based on something that we already know stated in the question. In this case, we know that it's 12 noon on Monday in Los Angeles, okay? This is where I'm at right here, guys, okay? Right up here. So 12 noon Monday in Los Angeles. And what we're asking first, what is the time of day in Osaka, which is 135 degrees east? Much different part of the globe, right? But we can figure that out by putting up our map, okay? Here we go. I'm actually just put it down there. Like, there we go. We don't have any locations actually down in this portion of the world, so that's fine. So here we go. Here's our map. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so you can see that a little bit better. Sorry for the shaking. Okay. Now the question is, there we go. Okay, what is the time of day in Osaka? So we know that right here, this is 12 noon. And what we're going to do, we're trying to figure out the difference with Osaka, which is way over here, okay? Way over here. This is 135. We can actually just put that if we want to, okay? East, like that. Now, let's figure this out. If this is 12 noon, which would be 12 p.m., okay? Let's do this. Let's just count out again the every 15 degrees of longitude. And what we'll do, instead of counting them by degrees, let's count it by time. So if this is 12 noon, we'll just put it 12 p.m. like that, okay? That would mean that the next dotted line would be 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and now again, at 12, what does it do? It switches to 12 a.m. Right, was I on 60? Let's double check that. 12 right there. 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right here. 12 a.m. is at 60 degrees longitude, 60 degrees east longitude, okay? So what that means is we start over again, meaning 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. right here, okay? That would make this 5 a.m. Now, if it's 12 p.m. here on a Monday and it's 5 a.m. here, does that mean it's 5 a.m. Monday? Of course not. It actually means, because time goes in this kind of direction, right? Eastward. So it actually means, with the rotation of the Earth, it actually means that it's 5 a.m. Tuesday in this case. So let's go back to our question and see if we can fill these out, okay? Now we know we've got this here. I'm going to put this right there, okay? So I think you guys can see that. What is the time of day in Osaka? So we know it's 5 a.m., okay? Let's move this down just a bit. There we go. 5 a.m., okay? What is the day of the week in Osaka? Here's the trick. We know that it's Monday in Los Angeles, but we've already moved, again, like I said, past the midnight hour, meaning that we move into the next day. So technically, this would be Tuesday, okay? And what is the longitude at midnight? Well, we had to figure that out along the way, didn't we? We had to figure that out as we were counting through these different hours. And the longitude at midnight, that's why I put 12 a.m. right there. 60 degrees east, okay? Okay. And Monday covers how many degrees of longitude? So this is a little tricky. Monday covers how many degrees of longitude? The best way to figure that out would be to go all the way here. Let's put this back, okay? So we know that this and this are the same thing. But let's start here on the left side, the international date line. This is where the days split between one versus the other. So in this case, we could say this is Monday here. This is the start of Monday. And we're going to go how many degrees or how many, what's the question? Sorry. Monday covers how many degrees of longitude, right? So let's do this. Let's count these out, okay? One at a time, and then we'll times it by 15, because each one of these is 15. 1, okay, so here's the start. This would be 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I'm going to stop at 16 because now it's the next day, right? Now it's Tuesday from here on out. So 16 degrees of 16 time zones, 16 time zones are within Monday. Meaning, if we want to figure out exactly how many degrees that is, what do? 16 times 15 degrees of longitude, okay, 240 degrees, okay? So we know that that is 240 degrees. Now, the next part of the question, Tuesday covers how many degrees of longitude? Well, that's simple. It's kind of like before. If we know there's 360 degrees on the Earth, okay, we could just go 360 minus what just happened over here, 240, 120, okay? And these are some simple ways. We can also verify this by going here, counting out how many intervals we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we would actually count this as well, 8, okay? So that would mean 8 times 15, that's 8 hours, right? 8 hours times 15, 120 degrees of longitude, which is right there.